Hello and welcome to part 1 of the tutorial. Um, this part is going to highlight one of the most commonly asked questions. How do you set up a rig, a transformer rig? Okay, what I usually do is I use the biped shape, but I don't use the biped itself. Because I like the way the biped looks, not the way it works. And you'll see what I mean in a couple of seconds. Okay, let's edit the biped first of all. Once you create the biped, you'll get this setup, I guess, interface, and it gives you a lot of options and control over your biped. I usually like to set up my biped having 2 spine links, 3 regular leg links, 0 tail, none of this, 5 fingers, 5 finger links, 1 toe right here, and 1 toe link. And you'll see why I'll leave this here in a while. Now let's click this little wheel, the motion panel, and let's edit the biped. Go into the figure mode right here, click, and start editing your biped. Before I go on, I use the hotkeys Q, which is a selection tool. It only selects, it doesn't move anything. W, which is a move tool, helps you move stuff. E, which is a rotation tool, and R, which is a scale tool. Okay, got that out of the way. Now let's edit the biped. I usually like to have wide shoulders, wide chest, wide pelvis, big calves, and big forearms. Okay, let's do this. If you want to edit your biped symmetrically, meaning from this side to this side, you gotta click this little square right here and just scale it up as much as you want. Okay, a little too low. There we go. Scale it back. Now the chest, like Optimus Prime in the movie, you saw him, he looks buff. Okay, scale up the chest. Make it longer and make this a little lower. There we go. The forearms. Scale up. The pelvis, scale it outwards a little bit, like that. A little too much. Now the calves. So far so good. Now we gotta make the legs a little bit more realistic, like that. There we go. Starting to look like a pretty decent transformer. Now the feet, of course. Select both feet, and I like to move them a little bit. Oh, right. It's right here. The ankle attach. I like to move them out a little bit. The reason why is because I like to have a foot roll sometimes in the animations, and that's where the one toe comes into play. Just scale it until like to be size of a quarter of a foot, or maybe 1/3 of a foot. And there's going to be a second bone for the foot roll, kind of like that. See what I mean? There we go. And that gives you a little bit more freedom as an animator. And I think that's it. That's our basic skeleton. Let me zoom in. Okay, now, like I said, I don't like to use the biped as a performer. I like to use him for his geometry. It's really easy to set him up. And let's make the head a little bit bigger. I don't like the way it looks. Too big. There we go. That looks decent. Okay, exit the figure mode and select the entire biped and go right here, tools and snapshot, single, uneditable, mesh. Okay, what this does is it creates a geometrical replica of the biped. It has the same hierarchy, but it doesn't have the same performance as the biped. See, I can just take off the arm, but it still has the same pivot points and same parenting. And that's why I like it. It's more editable. And just get rid of the biped. Also, one bone that you might want to get rid of is that one right there. In biped, it's important. It's basically the center bone. It controls the entire biped. But in this one, you can do the same thing with the pelvis, so you don't need it. Okay, so just click inside, make sure you have the bone selected, and hit delete. Now use your pelvis as your basically master mover, whatever you want to call it. Now, okay, let's create the controllers now. Click your palm, go to animation, constraint, IK solvers, HI solver. Click right here. And wait a minute. Now you got a basic arm motion going on. Okay, let's do the same thing for the other arm. Animation, IK solvers, HA solver. Okay, same thing for the feet. Now make sure you don't select the fingers, you select the feet or the palms. That's very important. Otherwise it will mess up your settings.